You are glued on YouTube. Yes, indeed, you're stuck on this platform, whether you like it or not. You're the one who decided to come to YouTube. And that's interesting, that's fascinating. But the real reason why you and I are here together, we're exploring why you got on YouTube, what motivated you to come here, why you are likely to return to YouTube again in the future. In fact, odds are good that within the last week or so, you were on YouTube before you got here, and you're going to return to YouTube again. But why and how? The questions are numerous, but the answers are quite intriguing, as you're about to see. Together, you and me, right in this video that you're watching now, we're going to take a journey together. We're going to discover what motivated you to come here. So everything comes down to a great degree to who you are, what you want, what you think, and it all evolves around your life. Of course, I don't know you, but I do know you in the sense that you are on YouTube. I'm fascinated by the fact that you have decided to indeed come here to YouTube. But the big question is, who are you? You might even live in Africa, Asia, North America, South America, or wherever, Europe. The question is, you like YouTube perhaps because that's why you're here. That's why you landed on this platform, and that's why you often return. I assume that you often return, and there's reasons for that. And so let's get into that quite a bit. The first thing we need to do is to talk about who you are. Let's calm down for a minute. And this is quite fascinating. There are certain things that motivate you, and they motivate other people too to come onto YouTube. They have different motivations to visit YouTube than you have for being here right now, obviously. So all people in the world are obviously unique, and you are unique as well. So slow down a moment here and just think about yourself, what you like, what you want, what you need, and what fulfills your desires in this world that we are in here today. So, a lot of people, I imagine, they come to YouTube to follow trends. Now, trends is not really a very good word in the minds of a lot of people. In fact, YouTube, I think, discourages the term trends in some degree because, they don't want to act like, people that are going on just like trends or what's so cool at any given moment. But in any event, if you follow the so-called trends or the hot things of the day, it can get down to helping you to stay up to date on things. Maybe you visit this platform because you like to keep up to date on what's cool or what's new or what's latest in the news. And a lot of people these days, they seem to agree that the world has become a very strange place indeed, a very bizarre place where everything is kind of goofy. A lot of people these days are saying, well, they're unhappy with the world. They never have felt so much stress. Stress because of all the things going on around the world, because of the economy. A lot of people are stressed with the economy. In fact, you might be coming to YouTube because the economy bugs you. There's solutions that people can find on YouTube in regard to the economy. Maybe you look for what's going on in the economic world. Maybe you have a tough time making ends meet. Well, some people on YouTube give advice in regard to how to make ends meet in these tough times. So that is a potential solution for you if that's among your motivations. But there's also things that people, they become intrigued by things that they have. Say, if you have a problem with something, like a doodad, I'm not necessarily a technology guru, but on occasion, I go to YouTube just to find quick solutions. Well, oh, something's wrong with my iPhone, or I don't know how to work my iPad or my laptop or whatever. And I go, oh, if I have to read through tons and tons of stuff, I don't know if you're like this. Maybe you are. Maybe it's happened to you as well. You have to read through tons and tons of stuff that's all these solutions and how to fix problems. To me, and to a lot of YouTube viewers, it's easy to watch a quick, short video on how to fix things. And so that's what we do. Maybe you do sometimes. You go in and you look for the how to fix this thing or how to fix that thing. So I'll go in there to YouTube on occasion and, it'll look bing, 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 bing. It gives the step by step on how to fix your issue. And a lot of times there's a solution on there. And I just go on, well, how to fix my iPhone if it breaks, how to do this or how to do that. Has that ever happened to you? Do you go to YouTube for that reason? To find a quick solution? In fact, I'm talking about all these things. I would like you go down below in the comment section and write what you think about these things. Why do you visit YouTube? Why do you possibly like YouTube? I assume that you probably like YouTube. That's why I say you are glued to YouTube. And that's just a modification. But, it can help our lives, some people say, and can become useful. In fact, it can be personalized to whatever your needs are. Maybe that's why you go to YouTube. Maybe you prefer, the algorithm, and it can discover things for you that you like. In fact, YouTube's algorithm sometimes knows exactly what I am thinking and what you're thinking as well. That's kind of bizarre, but the way they do that, they kind of look at what you have looked at before, and they figure out what you're like right now. So that might be one reason why you are hooked on YouTube, why you're glued to YouTube. YouTube kind of follows you around. It knows what you're interesting. And then in addition, you might like a certain niche, N-I-C-H-E. Some people say niche, some people say niche, but maybe you like something like you like drawing. You like drawing things, or that's your niche, or you like cooking, or things that you enjoy or that you want to find out more about. So that's a great reason to get hooked on YouTube, so you can discover things. It's like your personal discovery place. And in addition to that, today's low attention society, I don't know what your attention is, how long you pay attention to things, but I try to look at things on YouTube that are going to hold my attention. I'm not like one of these skip people that just skips through stuff all the time. That to me, from what I've seen of TikTok, it's like, you might have heard of TikTok. That's where you go see mostly short videos. You just kind of scroll through real quick, and maybe that's addicting people too. And of course, a lot of us know that YouTube is kind of, in recent years, it has something called YouTube Shorts, where, the people on YouTube, we can go and watch short videos. And in fact, YouTube, I believe, was kind of competing with TikTok, because YouTube was worried that TikTok was going to take over more people didn't want to watch a lot of stuff, certain generations. So TikTok people like to go, and then, you just look for stuff. Well, YouTube did that, and I don't know how popular YouTube's shorts are. I think they're called YouTube Shorts, but a lot of people don't like those. I don't know what you do. Like I say, everything comes down to you, what your preferences are, what you like. And then there's an arguability whether you are actually hooked on YouTube, whether you're addicted to YouTube or not. When I say addicted to YouTube, maybe that's YouTube is the only platform you watch, or maybe you prefer to watch YouTube. I'm seeing statistics where more and more people are watching YouTube on their televisions than any other thing. YouTube on TV. Wow. And actually, I from what I understand, those statistics are true. You never know what's true or fake these days, but the actual statistics that I've seen that are from Google, which is the parent company of YouTube, are that most of the people that view YouTube are actually watching YouTube on televisions. So this comes down to the fact that, YouTube, there's other kinds of forms of YouTube, like YouTube TV, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm talking about here is regular YouTube. YouTube TV is a totally different thing. That's YouTube TV. We won't get into that too much, but it has all the regular channels and stuff, but, things that I don't know. So we're talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the the primary YouTube right here. That's why I'm here. That's why we're talking about why you are glued to YouTube. So uh, the other thing I would say is convenience. YouTube can be convenient. People say it can be like on demand. It's like one of these on demand channels. And oh, by the way, regular YouTube, free. Free. How can you beat that? There are a lot of folks are buying all kinds of on-demand live television services for their TVs or for their laptops or whatever. But why pay a penny if you can watch YouTube for free? So I imagine a lot of people are watching YouTube for free, and that's a good thing. It's great for them. And then on YouTube, along those lines, another reason why some people like watching YouTube is there's, multiple devices that you can use when you're choosing to go on YouTube. You don't have to just watch it on TV. You can watch it, you know, um, on your laptop, your smartphones, your tablets, your smart TVs. You can view anytime, anywhere. So if you're traveling the world and you're in an airport somewhere, or if you're going around a town, you can just look at YouTube wherever you're at. Of course, there's a lot of social media things, a lot of other platforms, Facebook, blah, 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 all these other things that I don't really get into too much, but people can do that as well. But from what I understand, YouTube is probably right there near the top, along with something called Facebook. I don't go to Facebook very much, but maybe you do. That's fine, of course. And then um, just, it's some of these things are catered for you, catered for your lifestyle, catered for what you want. Um, Other folks like to go to YouTube to be educated, to learn stuff. Of course, some of you might have seen a video that I've did recently about, universities are posting their actual courses on YouTube for free. That's a whole different issue. Where I'm not going to get into that a lot, but you can look at that uh, video if you want that I've done by going to my channel, and you probably would find the link for that. But you can learn things on YouTube. So if you don't know how to fix your vehicle, or if you don't know how to, handle your dog, your dog is out of whack and doing all kinds of things that it's like you need to train your dog, or if you need to learn how to cook, or if you want to learn how to keep fit and keep exercising so you can have a fit body, and uh, or maybe even want to eat as much food as you can. There's no rule says you have to, get in shape. It's a decision that you make and that I make and that all of us make in our lives. And so that's a fun thing too. You can learn where to eat, how to eat stuff. If you get bored with what the kind of food is that you prefer eating all the time, well, you can always go out and find a different kind of food or how to make it. And, to me, it's a lot easier sometimes to learn and have fun in a visual format where there's film, where you're looking at something. I read a lot. I'm a prolific reader, but maybe you are a prolific reader too. But in any event, here you are on YouTube. So it's one of the choices that we have. And then there's no rule about for those of us who are over 18 years old. There's no rule about YouTube, you can go in there and do whatever you want. You can find the stuff that you want that's available on YouTube, that's appropriate on YouTube, that is deemed acceptable within this platform. So you have just unlimited choices. Everything from gaming, playing games on YouTube, video games, or uh, sports even. Sometimes YouTube offers um, live sporting events. I think I'm hearing that, like, big football games, NFL football games. I'm not sure about that. Other kinds of sports. Let me know. I don't know the specifics on that, but go down in the comments below and write about sports on YouTube. If you ever watch sports on YouTube, or sometimes they have recaps of NFL games right after the games, and you can watch the recap of the game, and you watch the whole, for about 12 minutes. You can watch essentially 12 to 15, 16 minutes. You can watch the recap of an entire game. You don't have to sit there for, an hour or whatever, 3 hours to watch a football game. And sometimes even after the Super Bowl, you can go and watch the whole recap of the Super Bowl on there. So, and actually YouTube can be quite entertaining and relaxing, and it can be fun. So maybe those are some of the reasons why you are glued to YouTube. It can also be used for comfort. Uh, I've seen where, people, sometimes they can watch a fireplace for 3 or 4 hours. Well, I would never do that. But if you're in a stressful situation, yeah, you can sit back and watch a crackling fireplace. Or some people even like to go and watch rainstorms on YouTube, or what it's like currently live in the jungles. You can watch live jungle scenes. All you have to do is write in the YouTube search mode, and it'll give you those things. In fact, now here's another one that's pretty interesting I'm seeing, where people can go and watch live things all over the world. Well, I want to watch downtown New Orleans live during the Mardi Gras. You see all these people doing Mardi Gras stuff. And right after you finish that, you can go to New York City live and watch New York City live, or San Francisco live, or, almost any major town, major city in the world. You're going to watch it live. In fact, there's some vloggers the word is vlog with a V as in Victor. And that means pretty much people that go around and they're filming for YouTube, and they're YouTube creators. And some YouTube vloggers go from town to town to town, small little towns, little communities, and they're not even in towns necessarily. They're out there in the hinterlands. I don't know if that's a proper word, a good word. There's a word, hinterlands, and they go out and they just film stuff. And that's the adventure of YouTube. YouTube can be an adventure, and I'm thinking that's probably why you're on YouTube right now, because for you, maybe it's an adventure. It's a way to have fun or do some serious research time. Basically, what it comes down to, whether or not you're glued to YouTube, it's all about you.